Well, here we go. We are in the fifth stage of grieving, and I decided to do something a bit risque, and that is to record this video, as you can see, without any top on. And I know it may not be professional, but I thought I would start off by, just because of my background, the background you're looking at, I thought this might be an appropriate way to record this last one. So please don't be offended and don't hold this against me. It's simply a way of just trying to put a lighter spin on this last stage of the grieving process. We've been doing the Corona grief and the five stages based upon Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's five stages of death and dying, and also grieving. I hope you've been enjoying these and been helped by them. If you missed the first four, you can find those on my YouTube channel at Kingsley Grant, and there you'll be able to see and get caught up to date. But today we're going to focus on acceptance, accepting the fact that we've lost something. We've lost a relationship, a loved one, a job, a, a financial crash. We've lost something, and now we have worked through the emotions. The first four, we started off with denial, then we went to anger, and then depression, and then, I'm sorry, bargaining, and then depression, and now we're into the acceptance phase. Now, some people misconstrue this stage as if it's one where we just kind of, think it's okay and with what has happened. This is not the case. It's not like we've come to say, okay, I'm going to just kind of roll with the punches and feel it's okay. No, we're going to look at it as a reality. It's now become our new norm. This is our reality. Some people who are going through this coronavirus quarantine and the lockdown and shelter in place probably was hoping that, like everyone was, I too, that it would last for a short period of time. We'll get back to our normal life around people, in our job situation, and business as usual. But that's not happening. Everything we knew has been disrupted. And now we have to deal with the reality that this may be our new norm for some time. And even when things changes, life will not be looking the same as it once were. So we have to decide, how do we move on? My when my mom in 2011 had died, and my younger sister, many years prior to that, both succumbed to cancer. I had to decide, like my family members, what are we going to do? Do we remain stuck there, or do we move on? Now, here's what the fear sometimes of people, especially when there's a death, they fear that somehow, I've worked with many clients over the many years of doing clinical work. They have said, but what if they feel that the person thinks they're not remembering them? Their fear is they're going to behave in a manner like they don't no longer remember that someone had died or they've lost something. And I had to help them reframe that and look at it from a different perspective, looking from a better memory perspective. And that was very helpful. So what we're doing here is accepting that this is a new phase of life. This is our new reality. This is now what we're faced with. And how are we going to move on with lessons learned, with what we have taken away from this period of our time of grieving, and now take that and use it for some good, use it for something productive, use it to help other people, use it in the memory of what we have lost to say, I'm going to use this to my advantage. I'm going to make certain that someone benefits from what I have experienced. This is what you're doing in this time of loss, right? And so I wanted to make sure that we remember that we are actually processing that. So at this stage, really, is coming to a place of saying, okay, this is the reality. This is where we are at, and this is now what we have to do. So my question is then, is what now does this look like? And my suggestion is take the learning aspect of what you've experienced and decide to move forward. Decide to move forward. Maybe you can now join up with other groups of people like yourself and really make a difference in the world around that aspect of loss. For example, my sister and my mom both died of cancer, like I mentioned. And so for me, it's how can I do cancer awareness? What can I do and write about or speak to groups about? And there are a number of other things in my life that I've experienced, and I've used that to my advantage. And so it can you. As I've said in the last video, that you don't want to stay in that depressive state because it's not good for your mental health and it could actually become detrimental. So we've got to find a way to move forward. And this is a move forward stage. Now, here's the thing. Not everyone get to the stage quickly as others do. Some people plow their way through the different 5 stages. And by the way, these 5 stages may be, you may go to one and go back to the past one and back and forth like a pendulum. So it's not like you move from stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that sequential manner as smooth as that. No, it's not. It may not happen that way. You may bounce around in these 5 stages, and that's okay. The question is that the important thing is that progress is important. Progress is important, right? It's that you're progressing, because it's not that you become totally over all of this, because you're not going to forget it. It's that you're going to use it for something good in the world. That's what we're after. So we're at the acceptance stage. This is a stage of saying, okay, this is my reality. This is what we're working with. This is what we're faced with. So children, family, we're now faced with this. And now we have to rally and move forward, because there is a world waiting for what I have to offer. So the world now waits, holding its breath for you now to come and give it what it needs. And hopefully this is what you're about to do. Watch out, world. Here you come. That is what I want to say to you today. That's my message. That's my hope and my inspiration. Hopefully this helps you. Now, again, remember, you can find these videos at on my YouTube channel at Kingsley Grant, and you can find and go back and revisit those, share them. And if they were helpful, I would love to hear what it is that stood out to you. I'd love to hear what was most useful to you, because this helps me. And if there's a question that you have or a comment, please leave that, especially on my YouTube channel. If you have a thought, an idea of something you'd like to see me do more of, please share that so that I can do more of these for you. And I promise you, I won't be shirtless the next time. This is a one-time deal, so it won't happen. I don't think so. Well, we never know, but we'll see. But right now it's going to be shirt on, top on, and here we go. So my friend, I hope today this was helpful to you and that you've got something from this. I believe you have, but please let me know. I'd love to hear. And thank you so very much. And remember, you are one skill away from your best hope. And that's what I want to do, is bring you closer and closer every time. With that said, my friend, peace out. God bless. And I'll see you on the flip side at some other time. Okay? Take care.